Approximately a year ago, I did some upgrades on my pickup truck to make it a little bit more livable in day-to-day use for me. And so, after a year has passed, I want to see how they held up. So let's see what I did and how they look after 1 year of fair amount of use. Let's see. First, let's see how the side steps held up. These are aftermarket side steps. Got the idea actually from a couple of friends who had troubles getting into the truck just because it's that high. And they said, "Man, Fred, I can't get into the truck." And so I was thinking, maybe I should get some side steps, right? I don't know, running boards, how do you call these things? Like, just to get easier inside the truck. Frankly, I never use them, but they look cool. They're a little dirty now, but they got this cool chrome finish, which when it's cleaned, it looks still pretty good. Now, what I'm more interested in is how it looks underneath. Yeah, a little dirty, a little rough, but not the end of the world. It's looking pretty good. Nothing has come loose. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to those things, obviously. What is there to go wrong? Who knows? It's good to check on stuff. I mean, they're not shining anymore. That's what it's used to do. But as long as it holds up fine, I don't care. In case you're interested, I got those actually instead of like the original Toyota ones or the ones that Toyota puts on their truck from the factory when you opt for them, because I didn't like the look of those and they were like the same price. And so I went for those, which have this cool chrome strip. And yeah, I don't know if they are any better quality, but like they're like pieces of aluminium on the inside. Like what can their lot be different? I don't know. The lock still works on the Sport lid, as you see, but we'll come to that. But first, the other thing. Oh, what happened here, guys? This has been broken for now 2 weeks or something. And it's a bloody shame because it's a feature I actually enjoyed a lot when I upgraded it. And that is the tailgate dampener is no longer dampening the tailgate. It's just falling down again. What happened here, guys? Pretty simple. You can spot it. You don't have to be an expert. See this? Yep. This piece that's flaking off here, by the way, is bent. So the strut itself is fine, nothing wrong with the strut, but it eventually got bent so much that it cannot hook up anymore, or it will not stay in there anymore. This piece of metal here is just not up to the task of handling the weight of the tailgate, and so it bent, and that's a shame actually, because I spent a lot of money on this stupid kit. And I mean, it looks sturdy, but it turns out that it isn't. It's not up to the task of carrying the tailgate weight after a year of use. And that's a shame. Now you could say, "Manfred, you should have put 2 struts on it." Maybe you were right, if there only was such a kit for the other side. There was only a kit available for the right side. I did not find anything on the left side. Frankly, it just has to be mirrored. But you cannot put this piece on the left side. It will not work. So what we'll do with this, we'll try to fix it, bend it back. Hopefully we can get it going for another year. I don't know. So that's a shame. It pisses me off a bit. I didn't screw up anything with the installation. There's nothing wrong with actually the strut. It's just this piece cannot hold the weight of the tailgate. A bloody shame. On to the main thing. The elephant in the room here. The Sport lid. What do I think about the Sport lid after a year of using it? Well, before I'll tell you that, let me show you how it looks after a year. This truck is not garaged. It's always outside. In every condition. Snow, rain, sun. So after 1 year, nothing wrong with it. I used those once to mount something Probably not the smartest idea because it could get some marks and it would make it look bad, but no problem there as well. But mainly, it did its job. It kept the bed dry, and that's why I bought it basically. Now this thing was not cheap, and it's absolutely worth it, I guess, because what choice do you have? You don't have all that much choice when you want to convert a pickup bed into like a trunk sort of thing. And so you could either get the shutters, which like roll back, but I was told that those aren't watertight, which defeats the whole purpose for me. You could also get one of those aluminium tops, which I think look pretty good, are pretty sturdy, or you could get one of those. Why I went for this? Because it's detachable and it's fairly simple to install. There's no drilling required, nothing to modify really. It just pops on and that's it. Now, it just pops on, that's maybe a bit too optimistic. You can watch the videos where I struggled, but actually guys, 1 year later, I'm totally happy. There's nothing I can say that I hate about it. I mean, there are things that could be improved, maybe, yes, but it opens, it closes. The struts, they still work fine, as you see on each side. The thing doesn't flex, it doesn't leak, and it detaches with ease. When you're two guys, you unscrew those screws, you pull it back, it comes right off. Then you have an open pickup again. I used it, I think 3 times this way, and when I needed my trunk back, which is like 98% of the time, I popped it back on, and that's it. Now, what I noticed, and I really have to mention, see this rubber seal, it just doesn't work all that good. I don't know, it's supposed to be outside, I think. The problem though is, I don't know how many times I've put it out. Just do it for the video here. The moment you close it, it goes back in. Is there something wrong with the installation? Maybe. I don't know, guys. But what I know is they could have made it just a tiny bit longer, and then this wouldn't be a problem. So that really is only a problem when it rained, because only then it will kind of drop a few droplets in here and make the trunk area a bit wet. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, truth be told, I've gotten used to it. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. And so every time the thing is wet and it rained, I just make sure that I don't open it up all the way so it doesn't like drop the whole water in the bed. But even if it does, it will drain out again. So it's a minor thing. But I wanted to mention it because obviously it's not much of a flaw, it's just that like an improvement could be made there. Okay, second problem I face with this is when it comes to closing. I don't know, maybe it's related only to my truck, who knows, but let's see what I mean. When you want to close this, you close the tailgate and then you close it, sportly that is. So it's not fully locked yet, as you see. You can just open it again. I don't know if that's deliberately done, so it can be easily just open and closed, you know, for work or whatever, or if it's like a flaw, because in order to close it all the way, to make it actually lock, you have to do the following thing. Let me set the camera on it. Okay, what you have to do is, you have to close it to this position and then you press hard on it. It makes a good click, and now it's locked, and you can also lock it with a key, and it's locked. When you want to unlock it, you just twist it. I don't know, guys, if anybody can tell me, is that a flaw or not? I don't know, guys. It's a minor inconvenience, because sometimes the bed is wet and you like have to mash on it and you're all wet. But it's again a small price to pay. I've gotten used to it, frankly. But 2 times I lent out the truck. My friend thought like it was closed all the way and he parked it in the city somewhere and everyone could have just, you know, opened it and whatever, taken something out of it. I don't know. You have to know it. You have to like slam it closed and then it's really closed. I don't know. I really need to fix this. Holy shit. The two last upgrades I did were the bed liner, which had to be done in order to install a sport lid, and the Tango system, which is the application where you can then screw the sport lid on or like set it on top. What do I think about these? Excellent. I didn't regret a thing. Not only did this new bed liner make my truck wider and more usable like the old one that stopped like here. Now I have more space here, which is amazing. Also here on the front, got a little bit more space. Also, as you see, it's a little dirty. I cleaned it out 3 times. I just power washed it out and it looked like new. So this a really good piece of kit. Absolutely recommend it. I love the this kind of, how do you say it in English there? This makes the stuff you put in here really not move at all, and so you don't have to be super like careful when tying something. It's not slippery at all. It makes sure it's all secure, so the load will not go anywhere usually. And also now a couple of words on a Tango system. It's a really good system. I know you can do much more with it, but in my case here with the sport lid installation, anybody with like basic mechanical skills can pull it off and install it. The instructions could maybe be a little better, but you can figure it out. It just screws in here and not into the body of the pickup. It actually screws around it and clamps on, and it's rock solid. You know, after, again, this is 1 year after I installed it. Absolutely 100% fine. Nothing wrong with it at all. So what can I say? Oh yeah, this light, it probably needs a new battery because it flickers. Still cool that they have this light. So all in all, what can I say? I'm totally happy. I used it a lot. I'm really happy that I have a trunk so I can lock my stuff in it. The stuff doesn't get wet and doesn't fly away, you know. And I also have still the ability to put it off and use it as a real pickup truck. That's good. So the sport lid, totally approved. It's expensive, yes, but it's absolutely worth it. If you have a pickup and you want to have a trunk, this is the way to go. Don't go for the shutters, which aren't even watertight and cost as much, and don't maybe go for the aluminium thing because you can't take it off easily, or it's like it requires to drill inside the body, and you don't want to do that. Or at least I'm not comfortable with doing that. Maybe they could also slim this down a bit so it doesn't stick out all the way and doesn't get flimsy, because it's only held by those two little metal strips, and so maybe make this a little bit more durable. But it's a minor thing. In general, I like it. It's a good upgrade. So the only thumbs down for me from upgrades is the strut kit. It's not really all that good. So there you go. After 1 year, it's bent. Not great, guys. So how do you fix this? I'm gonna try to attempt it right now. We're gonna fix it with a hammer, of course. Okay, I gave it a couple of whacks with a hammer and it made it a bit straighter. So I'm gonna now attempt to hook up the strut again. Or maybe give it 2 more whacks and then try it. Alright, let's see if it will close. Okay, it closed. Will it open? I don't know, guys. Probably not the most elegant solution I did there, but I'll spray some WD-40 on it, and then I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. I mean, what can I do? Buy another piece of metal for like $100. No, not anymore. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Good as new. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you found it interesting. I'll see you in the next one.